Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel. I have been pressured by a fellow peer of mine to start making videos because I have been procrastinating on starting this channel for some time now. Now it's probably not the greatest lighting, audio, all that. I'm on a pinch for time, so I just mowed 20-25 yards today, 10 more to do tomorrow, 3 quotes to do, and then landscaping to finish up tomorrow. So it's a busy week for me, but welcome to my channel. I'm probably gonna title this video welcome to my channel. So I figured while I have about a 10-minute drive here, I'm gonna record this video just introducing myself to you guys. So my name is Anthony. I am the owner of Blades and Beyond Landscaping. I started this sophomore year of high school now. That first year didn't really amount to much. I did maybe $3,000 in revenue. I was charging like 20 bucks a cut. It was just a little bit of money, I think, just to pay for a new Xbox and some video games. I was so young at the time. But it kind of got me in the right mindset for the following year, which was my junior year of high school. I did about $30,000 in revenue. Didn't make a whole lot that year because I spent a ton on equipment, but it really did pave the year for this year because I had most of my equipment already. That year I bought my first trailer, zero turn. I used my dad's truck, had all my handheld equipment, and learned a lot of good lessons that year, especially when it came to marketing. It helped me a little bit in the spring for this year when it came to marketing. This year is my senior year in high school. I did I'm on projection to do about $150,000 in revenue. Probably take home 50% of that, 45% of that, something like that. This year has been a roller coaster in terms of just learning, going through the things the hard way. You know, a lot of great lessons I learned this year. I learned a ton when it came to marketing because that has been my biggest challenge when it came to business for landscaping this year, is trying to get clients. I spent about, I want to say $4,000 to $5,000, and in the springtime, most of that was every door direct mail. I think I did some yard signs as well. I can't remember now. I got about 50 mowing clients in 2 weeks span, from pretty much all from every door direct mail, and that was because I learned that from my junior year, because I did every door direct mail and it wasn't even good timing and I still got clients. So I did that in about, for this area I'm in of Ohio, our springtime, I did it last week of March, and then they were getting sent to the houses first week of April, and my phone just blew up. And I'll tell you what, the springtime will definitely test you. I was a little nervous during how to handle it. Definitely lost probably a good 10-15 clients since then. So if I were able to keep them all, I would have had maybe 80 clients right now compared to 60 for mowing, that is. But like I said, a lot of good learning lessons. My first legit spring rush in my opinion, and I learned a ton. But not to get off track for what this video's purpose is, which is me and my channel. So this channel is mostly probably going to be about my landscaping company. I think I'm gonna do like a vlog style, and then kind of like how-to videos, helpful videos. I guess my two motives for this channel is make a little bit of money, obviously, and then also to help you guys and to teach you guys as well. That's a big thing for me. I love helping people. Even today there was a neighbor of one of my mowing clients, and he was blowing his leaves to the curb, and he's using this like pea shooter Ryobi blower. I'm like, dude, just felt so bad for him. Come over there with my 90-10 and it takes me 3 seconds to clear out his entire front yard. You know, things like that go a long way. I love helping people. It just makes me feel good, and I know God's always watching us, so not to get long-winded in all these little details, but I plan on recording tomorrow a vlog style video, and then I'm going to be doing a video on aerations because that's coming up on Monday. I think one of my friends is probably going to recommend me on his channel just because I'm starting it. His name is Aaron, and his channel name is Clean Cuts Lawn Care. So I'm assuming I'll probably get like 100 subscribers right off the bat from him, so I appreciate that. But yeah, this is just kind of an introduction video to this channel, and I'm gonna be curious to see where this channel goes. I'm excited for it. Definitely gonna be trying to improve the format of these videos as I go along. So but anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I decided to add this portion of the video to the one I recorded yesterday. You'll see that this is the next day, about 30 minutes earlier in the day from yesterday. I'm going to show you my mowing setup. I thought that just having that video from yesterday was kind of weird, kind of short of a video for an intro video. I'm here at my local landscape supply center. No one's here because it's kind of late, but yeah, I'm going to show you guys my mowing setup, and then I will talk on some future videos I plan on doing after that. All right, guys, here is the mowing setup that I use. So like I said in the previous clip you will watch before this, 17 turned 18 in about a month from now. Pretty much everything you see here has been or is being financed / paid off. So the only two things that I'm still financing is the mower and then the truck. Everything else has been paid in cash. The mower I'm financing, I think it's like $220 a month. That's with my 36V ride, and then my 21-inch push, it's like $260 a month at 0%, which you can't really beat that. And then the truck originally was my dad's, and then I took over the payments from him. So I want to say there's 17 left on that. I'm paying $400 a month at like 3% interest. Debating about selling it and upgrading because it does have about 13 grand in equity in it. Still not sure. It's a good truck for mowing. Haven't decided about that. So I guess I'll start off with the truck. So this is a 2020 Ram 1500. It has the 1500 Hemi 5.7 engine in there. Tires are in pretty good shape. I buy all my tires used. I think these are about $400 for a set of 4 tires. So I do have to do an oil change pretty soon on this thing, so I do rotate the tires at the same time as my oil changes. I added these wood walls, I don't know, let's see, about 2 weeks ago I probably put these wood walls on here. This is for my leaves that I'm going to be putting in here. Last year I mulched all my leaves up. I had a mulch kit, and then this year I'm going to bag everything just because it's quicker. I think it looks better, and I'm going to see what that looks like this year. I did add timbrins in on here, which are upgraded bump stops. It basically cancels out any squat that this thing will have, so you do have to still be careful with your tires and your axle and all that, but enough to not have it squat with a load in there. I put about a half ton of this 34 in there, which is about 1,000 pounds, and this thing was sitting about level. So these things work pretty well, and anyone that has these Rams with the coils know that it's very soft coils. They like to squat fast. And then on the back here, I put these little channels in here, and I don't have any of the boards with me now, but basically I put in these little pins here, and then I could slide in from the top here I have 3 2x4s, and then they block off this, so I can really put a ton of leaves in here. I could probably fit 4 to 5 yards of leaves in here, I'd say, if I mulch them up a little bit first, which is quite a bit of leaves for my area. I can do quite a few yards for leaf cleanups in here. So if you do want a video on how I built these, let me know in the comments. I can walk you through how I did that. Pretty straightforward. These walls probably costed me $200, only because I did get pressure treated wood, which probably didn't even have to do that, but I just decided to do that. So inside the bed I have my little handheld Echo. This is the PB 2520. So I bring this because some of my driveways there's really not a ton to blow off, and instead of taking a big backpack blower, just grab that real quick. So I keep a garbage can in here. I do bag a few yards so I can just toss them in here. We mow about 1/4 acre lot houses most of the time, so we're not doing big properties around here. And then this is my accelerator bagger, and then I also threw on the dust cover kit for this thing. My one problem I always have with this thing is that, turn it around for you guys here, this door here, it's very malleable, and that hinge down there that keeps it together, it bends, and you can't latch it in there, and then this door won't stay closed, and it's a big pain in the neck. So I'm thinking about trying out the Ballard one next year. I know they have a different latch where it latches like up top here, so I might try them out. I don't know. I do like their idea of the extended ones, like the bigger catchers, because these things are like the size of my 21-inch bag. I mean, they're so tiny. Do 2 passes and they're full, but it does collect well. It just fills up fast, and it's quite heavy too, but I still think it's probably more durable than the cloth ones. So there's not a ton I can say on the weight there. So for the trailer, this is a 5x10 I picked up off Facebook for $1,200, I want to say. The dealer name is right here. Now I bought it off a private seller and didn't get it off a dealer, but I have no idea about that dealer. So 5x10, $1,200. The guy said he used it like 2 times, which it definitely looked like it. I definitely put my use and abuse on it. As you can tell, the marker light's a little chipped, and the paint's pretty bad. That is the only thing I've noticed with this trailer. The paint sucks. Trying to think what else this trailer was like before I completely modded it. It came with little Bible verses, which is pretty sick, and then I put on a little sticker, just why not. Yeah, there's a Bible verse there, and then they put on the same one right here, so that's pretty cool. I always support that. Tires hold up pretty well tread wise. I still have probably another half year out of them, I'd say, tread. I've greased up the axle once on this thing. Just take off this cover right here, and then there's a grease zerk in there, just to make sure that you're not rubbing metal on metal on those bearings especially. So I do want to look into getting a quicker jack or a faster jack, because this thing takes forever to lower and raise, so I might look into that. So the first mod I did to this trailer was the wood walls initially. That was to add more mulch in here. So I believe before I had the wood walls, I can only throw on about 2 yards of mulch. But even then, it would kind of still fall off the sides and all that. So I put on the wood walls, and then I could do about, I think the last time I really tried to push it, I put 5 yards in here. So for anyone that's got a 5x10, and these are probably 2 feet tall, yeah, about 2 feet tall, I could throw in 5 yards of mulch. So, and I'm not even close to the weight limit, so I even could have went to maybe 2.5 feet and squeezed in 6 yards of mulch. But just to be safe, I only did 5. So yeah, the wood walls were the first thing on there. All I did was I put some bolts through the steel. I don't think I did any through the floor. No, I did do 2x4s to just hold in these 2 boards together. It's just 2 separate boards here. But yeah, that was the first mount I did. The second thing was, I think it was this weed whacker rack I threw on here. Actually, you know what? No, this was before the wood walls, because yeah, it's out in front. This is like an Amazon rack, and it's honestly kind of crappy, but it does the job. I just hate having to use manual locks with the key every single time. It gets real old. I keep a spare Echo weed whacker on here. I think this is a 2266. I don't know. You know, I'm gonna take this off and see what model this is real quick. Okay, so this is a 266 right there. Yep. So I think I bought this off Facebook. I think it was like $100 when I first started, like 2 years ago. I think I bought this thing. Has a lot more power than 225, I think it is, which is like the more homeowner model. My daily for mowing is my 2620. Yeah, PAS 2620. I got the one where you can take off the different attachments, which is very versatile. But this is my daily. Love this thing. This thing just seems to like chew through gas. It probably just has a smaller tank. But I just keep it on here as a backup, or if I'm running a helper with me for the day. So yeah, that was the first rack I put on here. It's this weed whacker rack. My second rack was this blower rack. I think this was another Amazon rack I put on here. It was like $75. The bolts actually rusted, so I just jerry-rigged the ratchet strap to the wall, and I mean, this thing, I'm shaking the whole trailer, so it's sturdy. I just throw on my 580T backpack blower on here. The 9010 won't fit on there, so I just keep this on here as a spare. Yeah, this 580T was my first backpack blower, and at the time this thing seemed extremely powerful coming from that handheld over there, until I upgraded to the 9010, and then it was like a whole nother game. So yeah, I mean, for the money though, this 580T is pretty good for just mowing. I probably would go with like a 770T, I think it is, as my daily, just to have a little bit more power. I actually run the 9010 for mowing now, pretty much. It's just, it saves so much time with how powerful it is. I mean, I can blow off the entire width of the driveway from the grass line, so I can't beat that with this. Yeah, I love these Echo blowers. I've never had issues with them. Super reliable. They make leaf cleanups actually enjoyable a little bit to do. So if you're just starting out, I would say get a 770T or a 770. I think Echo just came out with like new ones, like a 790 or something like that. I don't know what those things compare like to these older models now, I guess they are. But yeah, 580T is perfect for just starting out. Get a couple leaf jobs on the schedule, buy yourself the 9010, you won't regret it. This thing's a beast. So yeah, there's my Echo blowers. I threw on this hand tool rack, which I just used, I think, a 2x4 here. I put this plywood on here to block it off from mulch getting in there. And then I drilled out these holes for them. So these are just all my hand tools. And then this is my Echo. Justin's here for you guys. It's a head trimmer. So good tool to have for bushes there. What else? So my string holder does the job. It's a little loose. I think buyer's product. It does the job. Just holds it on here. The plastic piece on the spool holder broke, so it kind of falls over. But you know, it does the job. I try to soak this like, especially during the warmer months, I try to soak it like once a week. There's a considerable difference in how fast it breaks and whatnot. And then my last rack was this single weed whacker rack, and that was just to save a little bit of time of taking a key on and off from that rack over there. Just makes it real easy. Just take these pins out. And this thing was like 25 bucks. You can't beat that compared to the Green Touch and the Equipment Defender. They want like, I don't even know what it is, 150 for a single weed whacker rack. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. That's almost the price of the weed whacker itself. To me, it doesn't make much sense. But yeah, I threw on this gate lift assist as well. This is probably the best money you'll ever spend. It probably made the gate like 80% is lighter than it used to be. So it was a little bit of a pain to install with the wood walls, but you can still get it on, no problem. So definitely buy one of these for sure. These things are fantastic for the money, and you can also, they come in 2-packs, so you're really supposed to put them on the other side. But for me, I thought it would be too much resistance, and then I would have had to like push down the gate. So I just need the one, so I'll keep the other one for another trailer down the road. What else should I do? So yeah, I threw on I put signs on everything, you know, signs on the side of the wood wall, sign on the back, signs on the side. That's, you know, not a lot of money to get these signs, and they're only going to help you, not hurt you. So do that. Threw on a skeleton for Halloween coming up here. I've had a decent amount of people laugh, especially when I'm looking in my rear view mirror. I see people laughing. So just a little comedy. What else? I threw on these marker strips just because I noticed it's kind of hard to see this thing at night, even with the tail lights here. So I threw this on. It was like 20 bucks or something. So better safe than sorry when it comes to that. So I threw some on the side of the wood walls here as well. So the nitty gritty now, I have my Skag SFC 21-inch mower. I got the bag. That's the rear discharge. It just keeps some water and a 2-cycle fuel in here. It's a little cramped, but honestly, it's not too cramped. It's enough. This push mower is a love-hate relationship. I feel like for 2,500 bucks, it should be like a lot better, but I don't know what more you're gonna really get out of it. I find it to be pretty slow, actually. It takes off fast, but then like it slows down at top speed. I'll probably do like an in-depth review on this as a separate video. I'll probably do an in-depth review of all this equipment, really going through my experience with this. I probably put 50 to 60 hours on this thing. I bought it in early June, I believe, and I put about 60 hours on it, mostly backyards. Yeah, my biggest complaint, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it, is the height adjusters. They still use the 4 tires as each individual height, and I'm just like, for 2,500, it really should be a single lever. I mean, it just makes sense. And maybe if it's a 30-inch, I get it, but for a 21, I mean, come on. I think you can really engineer that better, in my opinion. Great gas tank size. You can mow a ton. I like that the speed's variable. Real easy to start. Starts for first pull every time. And this cold command's very powerful, 224 cc, which is pretty dang powerful for this 21. Cuts great. I have no issues with that. Super durable. These tires still have plenty of tread on them. I mean, this is like hard plastic. I don't see this wearing down anytime fast. Oil changes are not fun on this thing. The initial filter for my first break-in oil change, that thing was extremely tight. I ended up stripping the threads on it with my oil filter socket. Ended up having to poke a screwdriver through it and getting it off that way. So that was that. Not fun. Yeah, that's pretty much all my complaints with this. I'll do an in-depth review on this soon. yeah, overall great mower. I think it's a little overpriced, but that's just my opinion. I do love my Skags though, so I won't be too harsh on it. This is my 36-inch Skag V-Ride 2. Let me get in here and show you the hours. Overall, love this machine. No issues at all for the most part, as far as I can think of. The only thing I would say is the tires are super tiny, and these front caster tires tear up yards so fast. I mean, it's crazy how fast this thing will tear up grass. That's my only complaint. It needs bigger tires. It really does. I can't even imagine what the 32-inch does. So that's probably my biggest complaint. The tires, they're so tiny. They just tear up grass so fast, and especially here in Ohio. I mean, there's not a long time without rain, so the grass is always wet, but it is what it is. I have, let's see if I can show you this. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. I have 172 hours on this thing. Like I said, bought this early June, I believe, so a few months now. Yeah, I love this machine. Just keep your blade sharp, and this thing cuts great. If the blades are dull, this thing will not cut. Learned that the hard way. So I sharpen blades about once a week now. I do about 60 residential yards a week. So in the springtime, I'll definitely sharpen blades every day, probably, just because the wetness dulls them out super fast. Even though this is not the velocity deck, this is still the advantage deck. This deck's amazing. I mean, it goes through like wet grass like nothing. I mean, it cleans itself out with leaves, especially. That's great. The grease zerks are very easy to access. Oil change is super easy on this thing. I actually am going to post a video on how to do an oil change on this sometime soon too. Gas tank's very nice. I think it's a 7-gallon. I can go a full day and not have to refill, which is pretty nice. I always joke around and would love to see an XL36. It'd be perfect. Get a dual gas tank on, but that would never ever work. It's already heavy enough as a machine with these tiny tires, but dual gas tank would be sweet. Put a Velocity 36-inch deck. I don't think it'll ever happen, but just an idea, Skag, if you watch this. Trying to think what else. I think the height adjustment's a little funky too. It kind of rubs on this fuel line here, but that's just me. I think they could have done a little bit better. I like the right Standard B. That was my old mower. It would come up and then it would like come in a little and then fall into place as the transport. There was no button here. Also, if I can show you this, the top, let me put this in. I like cannot get the height adjustment to go through. As you can tell, it gets stuck. The two tallest height settings, I cannot get the pin in. So even though it goes up to 4.5, I can only actually get it in the 4. And I've tried quite a few things. It's just this pin here, the circular pin, hits this, and I can't get it in. So I do just come in from the other side and put it in, but I feel like you should be able to come in from this side because that's the way, like, it's just natural feeling to come in from this side. That's just me. I think they could have been designed it a little bit better. That's just me. So I know the right sander, it's like comes up to like right here, you just plop it into place, but since the gas tank's on this side, it's just how it is. It's not a big deal. Like I said, these are very minor things. I just noticed I come over to put this in, it's a little hard to get that one through, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, there's really not much to be said about this. I'm trying to think of anything bad on this machine. Really nothing. You're probably not going to see it, it's getting too dark now, but the bottom spring here, I don't know if you can see that. The platform spring is rubbing against the frame, and it took off the paint. I was a little bummed out about that because that happened right as I bought it. So I'll probably take it in before warranty's out and get that fixed. Again, minor thing, but for 11 grand, you know, it should be pretty flawless in my opinion. But hey, I still love my Skag. Stink cut's phenomenal, stripe's great, cut's great, bag's well. I did buy a mulch kit for it, but again, I'm gonna bag this year, so I don't know how that's gonna be. Yeah, that should be everything for my mowing setup. This is all I bring for my mowing when I go to mow. So all right guys, I appreciate you guys watching this. Like I said, comment down below what videos I should do next, or if you have any recommendations. I'll definitely do a mowing vlog with the GoPro in my head. I'll do that soon. And yeah, it should be everything. Like I said, just let me know what videos, because I have a lot of ideas, but I'd rather do videos that you guys actually want to see and not videos that I think you might want to see. But yeah, I'm gonna go dump this waste that are in these cans, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.